Hello. In today's video, we're going to explore a spin-off that promised a lot, but delivered very little, despite its immense potential and stellar cast. We're talking about Ocean's 8, and this analysis is going to surprise you. To start, let's summarize the story. The film details an elaborate heist carried out by 8 women with specific skills, led by a mastermind, Debbie Ocean, played by Sandra Bullock, an actress of undeniable talent, as is every woman in this film. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the spin-off falls short, especially when compared to the other films in the Ocean's franchise, and the 1960 original, starring Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and Peter Lawford. Before anyone accuses me of anything, my critique has nothing to do with gender. As a woman, I know that a work centered on women has much more to offer, and that is exactly what I'm going to show. The first flaw in the screenplay, in my view, is the excess of similarities to the male-led versions. Before you tell me, of course there are coincidences. It's a spin-off. I want to ask you a question. Why would you waste your precious time, whether at the cinema or on a streaming service, where there is an ocean of options to finish a movie with the feeling of, I've seen this story before? What is original about the story, other than the fact that the heist is pulled off by women? The second point is the motive for the heist, which, once again, has a déjà vu feel. Just as Danny Ocean, George Clooney, robbed 3 casinos for a personal reason to get revenge on the man engaged to his ex-wife, Debbie Ocean, Sandra Bullock steals the jewelry and everything else, sight to get revenge on her ex-boyfriend, who betrayed her and was responsible for her imprisonment. Once again, it's an emotional motive, which raises the question, why watch this spin-off if I've already watched the other films in the franchise? The third point is the development of the film itself. The recruitment of the women follows the same structure as the male versions. The only difference is that feminine traits are used in an excessive and somewhat stereotypical way, which definitely does not empower the female universe. As has become a trademark of this channel, I'm not just going to point out the plot holes, but rather reveal an obscure script. For starters, forget about Debbie Ocean. The real mastermind behind the heist is Daphne Kluger, Anne Hathaway, in a completely different version. Are you ready? Let's dive in. In the kitchen of the luxurious mansion, Grace was washing the breakfast dishes in a silence that wasn't one of concentration, but of analysis. Having worked at Harrison J. Huntington's estate for almost a year, she already knew all of her boss's habits. For a professional, washing, sweeping, and keeping everything clean with efficiency and discretion wouldn't be a big problem. But for Grace, every movement had to be calculated, even down to answering with naturalness when the other staff called her by that name. Her real name, Daphne Kluger. Her main objective in that mansion, to steal everything. Flashback. Daphne sat on the sofa of her small apartment with a McDonald's meal and a Coke. Her gaze scanned the water, electricity, and rent bills, all of which were overdue. She had just been released from prison thanks to a plea deal, resulting from her collaboration in which she pointed out bank security flaws and returned a portion of the stolen funds. The time between her arrest and the deal had taken its toll. The money she had saved from the restitution was running out. She needed a plan. Her eyes drifted from the bills on the coffee table to the TV, which was on a random channel, serving only as background noise. The report was narrating, in the tone of an urban legend, the robbery of 3 casinos in Las Vegas, carried out by the crew, led by Daniel Ocean. Daphne knew the story, and knew it was real, an almost perfect plan. The only mistake, however, was the personal motive. Daniel had robbed the casinos to settle a score with the owner, who was engaged to his ex-wife. What if someone pulled off the perfect heist? She whispered to herself. No personal motives, just a target, full of money, with a weak spot. Daphne wrote a list of partners she had known over the years, as a thief who would have the nerve for such an undertaking. With the names selected, she went online and checked the list of Los Angeles billionaires to choose the perfect target. With the target set, Daphne flashed a smile and hissed to herself. Once a con, always a con.